Just weeks following the Helsinki summit between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, Washington announces new sanctions against Moscow, alleging the Kremlin's role in the nerve agent attack on a former spy in London. Moscow slams new sanctions as unlawful and unacceptable. And the story seems to be changing day by day. Manila Chan is following.
Alan, you got that right. We've seen this constant dance between Washington and Moscow, one step forward, then two steps back. This relationship between the two, you just never know which way it's going to go since Trump took office. So under the new sanctions, which are set to go into effect in about 2 weeks, it'll prohibit American companies from selling items to Russia that could present potential national security purposes. Those items will be automatically denied. Few exceptions will be made to that rule. That's what will happen in about 14 days. But later, the U.S. will move towards more economic-style sanctions, blocking assistance to banks and other bank loans, essentially making it harder for Russia to do business specifically with American entities. Now, take, for example, Aeroflot, the Russian airline. They may be hit by these sanctions directly, with the U.S. potentially banning their flights to the U.S., a sanction that the people will feel directly and immediately. It'll make it harder for families to connect and, of course, increase costs. Now, Russia's foreign ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova had this to say in response.
As a condition to abandon the sanctions, they are making absolutely unacceptable demands. This is just a first step. And they threaten to ramp up the sanction pressure even further. So the United States are following the path of deteriorating our bilateral relationships, although these relationships are at the lowest point as of now. And despite trying to find some ways to better the relationships, as was discussed during the recent summit in Helsinki, the United States administration is now doing everything in their power in order to complicate the situation even further. Those who sponsored these new developments in the spin of the Skripal's case want to use this topic to demonize Russia.
Now, she went on to deny that the Kremlin had any role in the Skripal case, calling these allegations baseless and cynical. The U.S. is basically tacitly ruling that Russia did do it, siding with the U.K., who lack any definitive evidence of exactly where the Novichok nerve agent came from. The State Department issued this statement on the matter.
The United States, on August 6, 2018, determined that the government of the Russian Federation has used chemical or biological weapons against its own nationals.
Now, these sanctions are being imposed under the provisions of the Chemical and Biological Weapons Control Warfare Elimination Act of 1991. However, it's worth noting that even the OPCW is on record as of April 2018 saying that they are unable to determine the origins of that Novichok. So, Holland, this is kind of dicey territory for the Trump administration. On the one hand, they want to make nice with Moscow. They want to mend relations. But on the other hand, they appear as though they want to appear like they're backing their allies over in the UK. But the UK, oddly enough, has declined Russia's offer for assistance in tracking down where that nerve agent came from, doing this investigation. The UK seems happy to be sticking with the conclusions that they've already arrived at.
RT's Manila Chan following this story as it continues to unfold.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe to never stop questioning more.